Hi everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I have been a little distant these last couple of weeks and it's because my best friend got married. My best friend in the absolute world married the love of her life and I got to be there and I got to see all of it and it was so much fun, guys. I had the absolute best time. It was my very first Indian wedding. And if you guys watched my videos before I deleted them, I am obsessed with the Indian culture, Indian music, and so getting to experience everything like that firsthand was just so amazing. I had so much fun. It was a 3-day celebration, but technically 4 parties. So on Saturday, we had the Mindi, and we all got henna. I love it, it's so cool. And then on Sunday was the Jago, and we had so much fun. We were dancing, we got to rub the turmeric paste all over them. I'm gonna show some pictures for you guys because it was amazing and I loved every minute of it. And my best friend will definitely approve of these pictures, so keep watching. But anyways, so we started with the turmeric paste and we ended the night dancing, and we got to dance with the clay pot on our head, and I actually got to do it. I'll show you guys the video. It was so much fun. I loved every bit of it. I loved every minute of it. But then the next morning was wedding day, so we all got up super early. We didn't get any sleep. I think me and my best friends maybe got like 4 hours of sleep. We were so tired. But we all got ready and got to the house at 7 in the morning, and the wedding was at 10:30, and we literally were getting ready the entire time. Like, we were late to the wedding because we were still getting ready. But we made it and it was such a beautiful ceremony. It was in the temple and it was so nice. And I got to walk down the aisle with my best friend and it was such a special moment. I was in tears. The whole time that they were walking around, I was bawling, like hysterically bawling. It was so cute. I don't even think that cute is the word for it. I just felt extremely blessed to be a part of it. And I don't even know. The love that they have for each other is just insane to me. I have never seen true love before. I have never seen it, but I've seen it with them, and I've seen it since the moment that they met, and I've got to be there for all of it, from when they first saw each other to getting married on their big day, and it was just so special. So that's why I've been a little distant these last couple of weeks. I've just been busy with all of that, but I'm officially back now and I'm hoping to get back on my normal schedule. I look a little bad right now because it's almost 10 o'clock and I am getting ready to go to bed, but I just wanted to hop on here and record a quick video and see if I can get back on my posting schedule. So with that being said, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update on my therapy. So if you guys have watched my previous videos, you would have seen that I was seeing a therapist located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, you guys know I live in a small town in Indiana. I'm not gonna say where I live, but I just know I live in a very small town in Indiana. And it's about 2 hours. It was exactly 2 hours away from my therapist in Cincinnati. So I would do therapy once every 2 weeks on a Sunday. He was able to work around my work schedule and do it on the Sundays that I didn't have my daughter, which was amazing. But I was paying everything out of pocket because I haven't met my deductible on my insurance, so I'm still currently paying 100% of all of my medical expenses. And On top of that, I was also paying for 1 tank of gas. It literally took an entire tank of gas to get there and back, and everything else included. So if I wanted to stop and get something to eat, or if I wanted a drink or something, I had to pay for all of that as well, on top of everything else. So it just got to be very expensive, and unfortunately I just could not afford it anymore. I ended up paying a little over $1,000 in the whole time that I was with him, and during that time I put myself in a huge financial crisis, and I didn't realize it at the time because all I was focused on was my healing and getting better, and I wasn't necessarily focused on where my money was going until it got to the point where I just literally could not do it anymore. So I ended up having to terminate my therapy services with him, and I was able to find a new therapist. I had been on her waiting list for a while, but finally she had an opening, like literally right the week that I canceled my therapy. She texted me that she has an opening in like 2 weeks, and I jumped on it. I was so excited. So this new therapist is only 30 minutes from my house, and she accepts my insurance. So after I meet my deductible, my insurance will start paying 80% and I will only pay 20%. Now, I still have a really long way before I meet my deductible. Unfortunately, I do have a high deductible insurance plan, but she's giving me a member discount. So it's like $40 cheaper than what it was, which is nice with that member discount. But unfortunately, I'm still responsible for paying everything except that $40. But I am doing my best. I just opened a health savings account and I'm trying to save as much money as I can in it. I have a couple people who want to put in some donations in there, so that's very nice of them. So my dad wants to help me out too, which is very nice of him. So I am just looking forward to finally being able to start paying on these bills, because the bills are just racking up, guys. It's getting crazy. The thing is that people tell you all the time, like, get help for your mental health. If you're struggling, find help. And I'm a huge advocate for that too. Like, I want people to get help. I want people to get better. And I want you guys to reach out for help if that's what you have to do. But don't take it lightly, because getting help for your mental health is expensive. And especially if you're somebody like me, I don't qualify for any kind of financial assistance. Unfortunately, according to the state, I make way too much money, which is insane to me, because I literally only make like $20 over the threshold, which is insane. Because there's people out there, like I have some family members who literally choose not to work because they get everything for free. So their rent is being paid, all their bills are being paid, they get, food stamps and all kinds of stuff, which is great, and I'm happy for them. But I work my tushy off. I work 2 jobs. I work 40 plus hours a week, and I still can't get anything done. Like, I cannot get ahead. I literally only make enough for my bills, and that's it. I can't buy groceries. Like, I'm just struggling so bad, and it's very difficult. But anyway, so I found this new therapist that is so much cheaper, and it's going to help me out. So I started seeing her about a month ago maybe, and I've had 2 appointments so far. On my second appointment with her, she recommended for me to do weekly therapy sessions, because I have been struggling so much with just depression and just all of these feelings that I've just not been able to conquer on my own. So she started to recommend me to do weekly sessions. Now, I was a little against it at first because, like I'm saying, I'm paying for everything out of pocket, so that's going to be very expensive. However, she thinks that it's going to be really beneficial for me. And right now, I'm really focused on healing. I want to try and recover as much as I can with this BPD. I know that I'm never going to get rid of my BPD, but I can try to, recover and get into recovery. It's never going to go away. It's always going to be there. However, it is possible to move forward in life and to have a very good life. And I really look forward to that. I cannot wait for the day that I can look back at all these videos and be like, man, I have changed so much. So I am very open to the idea of having weekly appointments. She was able to secure me a spot pretty quickly. She was able to rearrange a couple of her other clients. So now I'm going to start having therapy every Wednesday afternoon, which is going to be great, and I'm very excited for that. So her approach is going to be completely different than my old therapist. So my old therapist was strictly doing EMDR therapy. Now, I had asked him when we were about to start EMDR therapy if there was any way that he could teach me some kind of skills, or if he could just teach me something to help me in the meantime, because I was struggling. Like, I was really struggling with the feelings and things that came with, the therapy and just talking about my past traumas. I was struggling a lot. However, he told me that his goal was for me to not ever have to use those skills because I was going to get better and I was going to recover. And so I was very optimistic, like, okay, I can do this. Like, I'll do my absolute best to handle all of this. I knew it was going to be hard because EMDR therapy is literally just bringing up past trauma, past emotions, kind of like reliving those terrible moments that you went through. And so I was like, okay, I'll just do the best that I can do. However, after starting the EMDR therapy, I had 3 sessions of EMDR therapy, and they were very hard. That's the best way that I can explain it. I ended up leaving every appointment just feeling so crappy and just feeling so sad. And unfortunately, I ended up going into a huge depression. I was so sad. I literally didn't clean my house for 3 weeks. I didn't cook. I didn't do anything because I was so depressed. I could hardly be a parent. I was having splitting episodes every single day. It was just very bad. And it was because I just had so many emotions going on inside of me that I didn't know how to handle because nobody ever taught me. And so I was very sad that unfortunately the EMDR therapy wasn't working. He said that we should notice a difference after the first session if the EMDR is working. However, I didn't notice a difference at all. So when I started with my new therapist, she explained it to me as that my other therapist should have started first with DBT, which is dialectual behavioral therapy. So DBT is basically teaching you new skills on how to cope with things that you feel and things that you go through. So I like to think of it this way. So if you imagine a person who has lived a very secure life, so growing up, they had loving parents, they had, people around them that just really appreciated them and cared about them so much, and they grew up just feeling so good about themselves and just knowing that they had a good support system. So when they become an adult, they're going to be able to handle situations. So if somebody hurts them, they're going to hurt, but they're going to be able to move on from that because when they were a kid, their parents taught them that, things like that happen and it's okay and, you just move on from it. Well, unfortunately, there's the other side of the story, and kids like me who grew up in extremely neglectful households. I had parents who were extremely neglectful of my feelings. They were extremely neglectful parents. They didn't teach us anything, no coping mechanisms. They never taught us how to stand up for ourselves. They never taught us how to say no. They were just extremely horrible to us kids. So then I grew up and I never learned how to say no. I never learned how to stand up for myself. I went through horrible things in my life. I was sexually abused for years by a family member, and I never spoke out because I was so scared to speak out about it because I was never taught how to speak out for myself. So now, with this DBT, my therapist explained it to me as she's going to basically reteach me all the things that my parents never taught me. So how to cope, how to set boundaries, how to say no, how to stand up for myself, just all of those things that I was never taught, how to handle my emotions, how to be happy, just all of those things that my parents never taught me when I was a kid is what I'm going to learn with this DBT. So I'm super excited for it. She told me, and so did my psychiatrist, that DBT is the best therapy for people who have BPD. So that's very exciting for me because, as you guys know, if you've watched my previous videos, my BPD has completely controlled my entire life for 24 years. I'm 25 now, but in the past 24 years, I was undiagnosed and I had no idea what I was doing was wrong. And if you guys watched my previous videos, you've seen that I was an abuser and I was just doing horrible things to people. So now that I have a name for what I have going on with me and I have gained that awareness of what I've been doing, Now I'm taking the active steps with my therapy so I can recover. I know that my BPD is never going to go away. Unfortunately, BPD it's always there. However, it is very possible to live a very successful and happy life with your BPD. And you can do that through DBT, which is what I'm doing now. And then, of course, you can take medications to manage your symptoms. Now, I was taking medications before, and I still am. I'm still taking my Prozac and my Adderall. However, my doctor's taken me off my mirtazapine because it started to make me have suicidal thoughts, and I was going to act on them. And so my doctor took me off of that, and she's just decided to just leave me on the Prozac and the Adderall, and then maybe somewhere down the line we can try something else. But my therapist told me that she doesn't agree with treating patients who have BPD with medications because BPD is it's a mental health disorder, but it's not like something wrong with your brain chemistry, or it's not something that's wrong with you. It's just a disorder that you have, but it's not something that can be fixed with medications. So my therapist told me that she doesn't agree that it's a good idea to treat patients who have BPD with medications long term. Now, short term, yes, so I can manage some of my symptoms like my anxiety and depression, which is why we've kept me on the Prozac. However, but trying to actually target the BPD is not going to work out. So my doctor had me on that mirtazapine because she said she's seen success with that for individuals who have had BPD. However, it ended up making me super worse, and I was just a zombie. I was just this really god-awful person. If you guys listen to my old videos, you guys can hear it in my voice. I explained that in my last video. You guys can just hear me talking, and I just sound horrible. Like, I literally sounded in my old videos like I was speaking through like a microphone or something. I don't know. That's just how I perceived it. But I know myself so much better, so me listening to my own voice on camera, I didn't even recognize my own voice, and that is how I know that I was completely over medicated and the medication wasn't helping me like it should have been. So I stopped my medication a couple of weeks ago now, and I have not had a splitting episode in 2 weeks, whereas before when I was on my medication, I was having splitting episodes every 2 days, every 3 days. And for a while, I was having a splitting episode every single day, which ultimately led to me wanting to end my life. So when I expressed that to my doctor is when she decided that it's probably best that we take me off the mirtazapine. So that's what we did. So that is all that I have for you guys today. That's just a little update on where I'm at in my life with my DBT, my BPD, my skills, and everything else that's going on with me right now. So this is just a super quick video just because I wanted to be able to post something and I want to be able to share with you guys again. So I'm super excited for everybody who's watching my videos. I know that my videos don't get a lot of views, but just the little bit of views that I do get just means so much to me. And if you guys head over to my Facebook page, I'll link it right here. 2 of my reels have gone viral, and I'm so stinking excited for that. My one reel has over 100,000 views and it has thousands of shares, and then my other reel is going viral right now, and I love it because that reel, I'll share it with you guys here. This reel I created on my own. That is my voice in that reel. So the fact that it's going viral and has so many shares and so many likes on it just means so stinking much to me, because I'm using my voice to share the word on what BPD is and just talk about these mental health disorders, and just knowing how many people, look at how many people are here. Literally, when I saw this morning, it was like 16,000. And so just knowing that my voice is getting out there and so many people are hearing what BPD is and they're helping me raise awareness, it just means so stinking much to me. So if you guys are watching this video today, I just want to tell you guys a huge thank you so much for everything. If you're not following me on my social media accounts, please do so. I always post funny things, happy things, sad things. It's just a mixture of everything. So if you want to hop on over there and check it out, I would greatly appreciate that. If you guys can subscribe to my channel and like my videos, I would greatly appreciate it. It would mean so much to me. And I just want to tell you guys again, thank you so much for being here today. Now I am going to go to bed, and I will see you guys on the next time that I share a video. So good night.